There are no shortcuts in life if you want to succeed. If you want great fitness results, whether it's to get a lot of muscle or to burn a lot of body fat, you have to work smart for it, and then you're going to have to work hard for it as well. There are no shortcuts. So these infomercials or these programs that promote quick weight loss, they don't work. The breakfast I have on a typical day, which is high fat, moderate protein, and low carb, can be considered a shortcut. I do find it easier from my point of view, but I know it's not an easy meal to have. It takes work to prepare it. It takes work to get used to it. I know many of you who always had carbs for breakfast since you were born, and you're eating it until the age of 50. It's very hard to go low carb for breakfast because you're so used to eating carbs for breakfast. If you really focus yourself and push yourself towards the goal of going high fat, low carb, you can get great results by following this type of breakfast. I've talked about this breakfast many times to other people, and many people gave me different excuses why they don't want to eat like this. They tell me things like, I don't have time to make breakfast out. There are many reasons why I eat this way for breakfast and why I work so hard to try to eat this way. I've done bowls of oatmeal for breakfast for a long time, and I got sick of it. I don't find I'm getting good results by having bowls of oatmeal for breakfast, even though it's much better than having bagels or donuts for breakfast. I actually spent a lot of time researching the effects of doing high fat, low carb breakfasts before I even tried it. And then when I first tried it, mentally I thought I was going to be tired or going to pass out because I was so used to having carbs for breakfast. I even kept a piece of candy next to me on the drive to work because my job that time required me to drive for 45 minutes. But I realized there was no problem at all. I got used to it. Having raw eggs for me right now seems like a shortcut, or it seems like it's an easy thing for me to do today, but it wasn't easy for me to do it the first time. First, I have to overcome barriers, like people telling me that it's going to get me sick from salmonella. I did my research very carefully, telling me that in order to minimize salmonella, you got to buy good quality eggs, which I did. Also have to wash the eggshell, which I did. And they also told me the risk of getting detox effects, or if you accidentally take a bad egg, which I've experienced before. And then I got used to it as I kept on drinking raw eggs. Even shopping for good quality eggs felt like hard work for me, but I got used to it over time, and now it's part of my routine. Every week I go to an organic store and I'll buy duck eggs or chicken eggs that are good quality, meant for drinking raw. I know people have told me they can't get a low carb breakfast, or that eating very healthy or eating a low carb is very expensive. But who says you have to eat out all the time? Who says you have to eat out for breakfast? Or who says you have to order the meal the way it is? You can make modifications if you're willing to spend the money when you go eat out anything for breakfast. I don't eat out for breakfast because it's very expensive. I don't have the budget to eat outside. People complained to me that they didn't want to eat their food cold, or they didn't want to eat food and reheat them again. They always want it fresh. Or they say that eating meat for breakfast is disgusting, that they wouldn't do it. Because I was willing to do whatever it took to get results, I did it that way. I decided to eat meat for breakfast. I decided to cook meat or ask my parents to make extras. If making a good breakfast in the morning is a lot of work for you in the morning, then have it prepared the night before. I always have plenty of meat cooked or ready to eat meat, either cooked for my parents or either myself. So I would do whatever it takes to get enough meat for breakfast if I want to eat meat, or I make sure there's enough eggs in the fridge before the next breakfast. Even I have to do the work myself to get vegetables ready for breakfast. So does that mean if I have to spend 10-15 minutes to either clean them or cut them properly, then I would do that for breakfast. If that means I have to go shop for some avocados or go get some kale, broccoli, I would do that.